Good morning. I would like to take just a couple minutes and introduce myself and what we have going on here. Tell you a little bit about who we are, what we're about, what we believe, what we're trying to do, how everybody thinks that we're crazy, and do my best to encourage everybody to do what they feel is right and what's best for them, regardless of what everybody else says. My name is Annette Gilmer. My husband and I own some property in southwestern New York. We bought it in 2019 as recreational property, and when the world kind of went to hell in a handbasket in 2020, we decided that that was the time to make the move to live toward our, or to start to build toward our end goal once all the kids were gone. We were on a 10-year plan when we bought the property. We were supposed to come up and use it for recreation, and over the course of the next 10 years we were going to build a barn, and we were going to build gardens and build a house, and gradually each year, plant an orchard. And we have a timeline. I have a spreadsheet of a timeline of what we wanted to get done each year, so that when my youngest son graduates in 2027, we could move up here and start our life for us. We're 47 years old. Joe will be 48 in October. I will be 48. No, don't tell him I said that. Joe will be 48 in August. I will be 48 in October. And we decided that we needed to make the move. So we moved up here from 3.5 hours away down in Pennsylvania. And we moved from a 3,200 square foot house on 1 acre with a 1,400 square foot garage and workshop to a 280 square foot camper with 2 adults, my youngest son, who was 12 when we moved up here, he's 13 now, and 4 large dogs. We have 7 dogs, but we have a Border Collie Blue Heeler Cross. His name's Ringo. He is 10 years old. We have Steel. He's a pit bull. He is 11 years old. We have Rusty, who's an English Mastiff. He is 4. He's my sweetheart. He's a big scaredy cat. We have Rosie, English Mastiff, who just turned 2. And we have their 3 daughters, Abby, Ellie, and Ziva. Yeah, we're NCIS fans. They are 5 months old. So while we were in the camper, we had a litter of 12 pups. But we moved up here October and November of 2020. We sold our house down there, and beginning July 24th was when the concrete was delivered. We started building our house, and we are building our life up here. We are off grid. We are going against the grain. We are going against everybody that thinks that this is nowhere close to normal. And it's incredibly hard some days, but sometimes you sit back and you look at it, and while I may not have the TV every day, and I may not have the video games, or my son doesn't have the video games, the Xbox, PlayStation, I don't even know what all's out right now because I don't pay attention to it anymore. We don't have the Keurig. We don't have a lot of stuff that we used to have. But we have an amazing life. And we're happy. We have a life that feeds our souls, and it feeds our hearts. And we have beautiful property. And we are living toward a self-sustaining life. We are building a homestead. We've got a garden, and we've got, currently we have 3 cows. We have 1 alpaca that I'm not supposed to have, but I haven't been able to catch him to give him to the guy that's supposed to get him. We are raising 4 pigs. 2 of them are ours, and 2 of them are my girlfriend's that we're just raising out for them because they don't have space for them. Like I said, we have 7 dogs, and we have 1 miniature goat. She is a myotonic or fainting goat, pygmy cross. I think she's pygmy. And she pretty much runs this mountain. We are on the side of a mountain. My view that I'm looking at, that I keep looking out at right now, let me show you here real quick. This is my unfinished house behind me, but we're building it, and you know, that's pretty awesome. But that's my view. I don't have any grass. And I have stuff in the yard from projects. And I know that this whole YouTube thing is, there's my goat, is, you know, going to take a while, and I don't exactly know what I'm doing. And I'm not editing anything. I don't have the time, the money, nor the desire to buy editing software and sit down and waste 8 hours of my day editing something that took me, I don't know, a total of 20 minutes to record when I have other stuff to do. We are building our house. We are off-grid. We are working on septic. We are working on a yard. We're working on a garden. We have animals. We're working on fencing. There's a billion projects going at any given time. Well, some of those projects get done based on what the weather is. Some of them get done based upon the immediate need. Sometimes you wake up and you go, yes, I'm going to do X, Y, Z today, and then something happens, go, oh no, I'm doing K, L, and M, and maybe a Q. Flexibility has been tremendously hard to learn. My husband and I are both very type A personality, kind of high strung. I like to say he's higher strung than I am, but he's probably not. We have both always been very controlling people. We got to control our situation. We have, you know, we raised 6 kids. 5 of them are mine. His daughter is the oldest of the 6. We don't have any kids together. I'll give you just a real quick rundown about us. We drink. We swear. We try to be really good people. We're extremely real. I don't feed into gossip and drama. I don't put myself in positions where that becomes part of my life. I don't want that. I've dealt with so much drama in my life. I don't want it. And that was part of us moving up here, was to get away and to live for us. You know, we've spent our lives raising kids. That's what we're supposed to do. You know, we had kids. We've taken on the responsibility of raising them, but we're at the age now, and with them being the ages they are, 2 of them are married, 1 is engaged. You know, the other 2 of them are working and in a relationship, and then the 13-year-old's here with us, and he likes the peace and quiet and lack of chaos, and that suits his personality. So we named our homestead, or our farm, if you will, because it's not really a farm right yet. It's still kind of on the homestead, but we have goals, you know, and it's going to take a little while to do that. But we named our farm Our Way Farm because we don't do things conventionally. We don't do it the way the textbooks say you're supposed to do it. We tend to think outside of the box and do things our way. And sometimes it works better. Sometimes it works. Sometimes it doesn't work. Sometimes it's a lot harder doing it our way instead of the textbook way. But we're doing this with no debt. We're not taking out loans to do anything, so it's taking a long time to get it done. And sometimes we, you know, most of the time we do with what we have, and we have scrap left over, and we use that to make stuff or to transform it into something else. And I really want to encourage everybody that just because Pinterest says, oh, you need to build it this way, or YouTube says you need to do it that way, or you want to grow a garden, you've got to build a raised bed and you have to put, you know, $300 worth of compost and soil in a 4x4 raised bed that's 3 feet high or 2 feet high. You don't. There's other ways to do things. And I think we all have gotten so used to doing the things the way that we're told to do them that sometimes we forget that we can think for ourselves and that things can still get done. You know, one of my favorite examples of that is loading the dishwasher. I used to get really upset when the kids would be told to load the dishwasher, and my husband would load the dishwasher, and I'd go to unload it, and it'd be nowhere close to how I loaded the dishwasher. And I get mad about it. And then one day I realized it's still getting washed. Maybe it's not my way, but it's still getting washed. They're still clean. They can be put in the cabinet and eaten off of again. So is it really imperative to do it a certain way, or are there other ways of doing things? And for my brain and my heart, there's other ways of doing things. You know, the way we're building this house is not by college textbook architectural standards, rules, whatever. We went more of a traditional route for doing things. Our house is standing and it's solid and it's not finished. The inside's not finished. We have the shell up. We have some interior walls up as far as the drywall is intermittently screwed. Like, it's staying up, but it's not taped or mudded or painted or anything like that. It will need secured a little bit better. But we wanted to get out of the camper. Not gonna lie, it was time. We were in there for a little better than a year, and it was definitely time. So, you know, sometimes you have to sit and think. Houses were built long before universities were around. Houses were built long before inspectors were around, long before somebody wrote a book called Zoning Codes, and these rules that you now have to follow don't necessarily make sense. Sometimes, you know, politics gets involved in stuff politics shouldn't be involved in, and we forget that we can think for ourselves and that there's other ways of doing things to make it just as good. So those are just some of my thoughts. I would like to come back. I would like to keep trying YouTube. You know, I watch YouTube a lot. I have my homesteads that I follow that inspire me, that I will show my husband, see, we can do it this way. And he's like, I've never heard of that. But they're doing it, and it's succeeding. And, you know, they're not $1 million corporations that are doing this. These are people that are doing it what we're doing, or maybe not to the extent that we are, because we are off grid. We have so much work to do. Oh my goodness, we have so much work to do. We need solar batteries. We need more panels. We need to get our interior finished up and the rest of the insulation hung and the rest of the electric run and all kinds of stuff. But right now, it's garden season. So I went and harvested some beans and some peas and some cucumbers and a zucchini and a squash this morning. I had just picked a whole bunch of those the other day. So I went and harvested that stuff, and I'm going to go over and I'm going to plant some more peas, because we're in zone 5A/B, and we have probably about 50 days left until our first frost. So I'm limited as to what I can plant for a fall crop. I could probably get some brassicas in, your broccolis, cauliflowers, cabbage. Cabbage is a sore subject for me because I planted 48 beautiful little cabbage plants that I got on discount from an Amish greenhouse up here close by. And 2 days later, my little goat went, and she's not actually my goat, she's my son's goat, but she went and ate them all. She pulled some of them right out of the ground. She ate some. Seems to be the only thing that she's actually messing with besides a strawberry plant that she got up on the deck and ate. But I'm going to go work on that right now. And I'm going to enjoy a beautiful day. It's about 85 degrees, sunny. Actually, the sun just went behind a cloud as I said that. We always have a nice breeze up here. So if you guys want to tag along with me, I'm going to try this thing, see how I do. My goal is to keep it as real as possible. And I'm sure we'll probably touch on some subjects. I don't want to get into any rants. I've got my views. You got your views. Everybody's got their views. Just, I just want to keep it positive. I don't want any drama. And, I'm looking at my cup of orange juice here, and it is actually just orange juice. And yes, I drink. I didn't bother to put the schnapps in this one today, but it says best day ever. And, pretty much every day can be the best day ever if you look around. It doesn't take a whole lot, even on the crappiest of crappy days. It doesn't take a whole lot if you open your eyes and you open your mind and you open your heart to look around. There's always something to make you smile. There's always something to go, wow, that's really beautiful. Wow, should be really grateful for this or for that or for whatever. You have a job that you absolutely despise. I will encourage you 100% to find something that makes you happy, whether it be another job or a hobby or whatever. Just don't use a person to make you happy. You have to make you happy. Not that people can't make you happy, but don't put the weight of your happiness on somebody else. It has to be on you. But even that crappy job, it's paying your bills. So it could be worse. If you have a place to live, you have food on your table, you have covers on your bed and clothes on your back. As cliche as that all sounds, you're pretty freaking lucky. So, like I said, I'd ask you to join along, ride along with me on this journey. I will show you what we're doing. You'll see all of our fails. You'll see all of our successes. Quite honestly, even the fails are successes, as long as you learn from them. So, subscribe if you would. I'd appreciate that. Hit the little bell. And I will see you on the next time when I decide to take a little bit more time and sit down and maybe we'll go walk through the garden or something. Thanks a lot, guys. I'll talk to you later. Bye.